Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paris. We're living the future. Guys, I really felt that recently. A couple of days ago, my parents called me. We had a conversation. All of a sudden, they're like, we want to, can you get us a robot? Can you give us suggestion about what kind of robot we can use when we get to like 80 something? And if we can't take care of ourselves, it would be nice to have a robot to take care of us. They didn't say in a desperate way. They are saying it in an exciting way, uh, which kind of shocked me. So it made me realize buying a robot is not really a future thing anymore. It become an option. Purchase a robot will soon become, purchase an outfit or a device like home Google Home kind of device. I was really curious about what kind of robot they think they like and why they think they want a robot. So my parents are both in their 70s and they live in China. I think robot is not a new thing in China anymore. And if you have seen the Chinese New Year show, there's dancing robot doing the traditional Chinese dance. Is really cool. So yeah, both my parents they love new things and are excited about new things. They just think having a robot around can just, boss the robot around. They don't feel bad about it. So I asked them what's the top priority they want if they want to choose a robot. So for them, it's the most important thing is cooking, because to make healthy, balanced, good dish every day seems like a hustle. So making good dishes is a good thing. And also somehow, of course, doing the chores is very important. Those are two big things that they mentioned. So I digged a little, I researched a little. I just want to see if I have the ability to purchase a robot. What kind of robots out there able to purchase? And I realized there are way more robots than I thought. I mean, there are a lot of options. It's just some of them are not ready to be purchased, but it is still in the research phase or it's in some nursing house facilities. Yeah, let me list a couple of them that I think I really like. Okay, because my parents talk about cooking, right? So let me Google cooking robot, see what are the options out there. And then this is the first one. It's called Cooking Molly Robot. It's not like a specific robot like Tesla's robot or any other one like a humanoid robot. It's literally like a big machine that can cook good dishes and or make cappuccinos. I've definitely seen one of those in Tokyo Cafe. One of the cafe I've been to, you will see the little robot making coffee cappuccino for you. Have like a little face. I forgot if I took video about it, but it was like a year ago. It seems like it can cook hundreds of recipes. It does cook really well. It's like a real chef. It also helps cleaning. Like that's another thing I really like. After you cook, they cleans. That's a really good one. Let me talk about the pros and cons for each one. In my mind, this kind of robot, it costs around $300,000. So no, I don't have that money to get that. Uh, and then it requires specific kitchen setup. So definitely not for me. And then I did another research about what about caring for other people kind of robot. And this one surprisingly show up that I have never heard of. This is a Japanese robot called Roll Bear. And as you can see, it seems like it's only available in some nursing house. I feel like I've seen these kind of robots because a lot of Japanese robots or stuff look like anime character. This one look like a really strong bear that can protect you. I like how strong it is because the whole point about this bear is strong robot with a gentle touch. It's like it's a big robot that can hold people from bed to chair. Maybe for disability people, it's a really good robot. So the new version weigh just 140 kilograms. It seems it's improving a lot. I think for me, the best part about these robots, when you look at it, you realize it's actually really helpful if you have people around you that cannot help themselves get up from bed easily. This kind of bear can also help the people who take care, or even the nurses, right? If they may have back pain when they're constantly holding older people. So I find this is really good idea to have robot like this in nursing house. I'm not sure about having them at home because it is quite big. I'm thinking about the pros. I think they're trying to make the bear weight as smaller as possible so it can move around even in small houses. It helps daily mobility issues, that's for sure. But the problem with this is it's still in the research phase. I hope someday soon they can have available for individual home or integrated into daily lives. It can be super helpful. At this point, it's not available for purchase. I'm pretty sure even if it is, it will be super expensive. And I need to ask my parents how they feel about giant bear robot carrying them around when they're 90. I hope they like that. That being said, if I'm thinking about myself, when I'm getting older, do I want a robot carrying me around? I don't mind actually. Later in the video, I'll talk about what kind of robot I really imagine I can have when in the future. And I also made an AI video about it, and it comes out exactly what kind of robot I like. I'll show you later. So the next parts of the robot I researched are these 3 robots. These are mostly for emotional support, and then they're kind of new. It's interesting they're mating from 3 countries, US, UK, and China. And they're basically doing a similar thing. They integrate AI into the robot system. And of course, the most famous one, the Tesla Optimus. I don't know how you guys think about this robot. So far, I've seen a lot of TikToks video talk about how it really acts like human. But surprisingly, this robot doesn't really have vision, but it can walk like a human, like this guy was talking about when Optimus fell. It can actually help himself stand up again. It really acts like a human, how it balanced himself. It's funny to see how clumsy robots are, but I definitely prefer a robot that is more steady, because if you think about taking care of your family, you don't want the robot to fall right in front of you, and it's heavy. So being steady is very important on the list for me. So after a little research, I feel like the Tesla robot is good as a companion and some little chores. Maybe they're still in the development, but the not being stable, this part is a con for me. But oh yeah, there's one thing I really like. I remember I always told my husband how much I want some robot to fold clothes, because folding clothes is something that I don't like to do. One of the chores I hate. I see videos about Optimus folding clothes. That's something I really need personally. But I hope it's more steady for taking care of my parents, or taking care of people in need. And it seems like the price is not that expensive compared with a lot of humanoid robot. It just need more improvement, but also depends on what task, like what's your goal when you purchase a robot. I'm pretty sure one day we'll have a store almost like Apple Store, and then there are tons of robots for us to choose. And depends on what your need is, then you can get your favorite. Another one I think you've heard recently, I think the CS is talking about this Ameca. I've also watched a lot of video about this Ameca. I have to say, when this kind of robot have a face, it does freaks me out a little bit, because the way that the pupil is there, and you can even see some vein inside their eyes. And then look at this interview when they're interviewing her, she's listening.
And that's by the conversation that you have with it. And with the AI, you can inject extra information into it. So we inject, we've also told it today that it's on this morning. But it can also remember the conversation that we just had.
Is it going to take over the world one day?
It won't take over the world one day, because we can turn it off.
Okay.
You've got an on-off button.
Well, that's good.
Easy.
Don't lose that remote control.
Do you see that reaction? Did you see that reaction? So when they say, she gonna take over the world one day, she gave that reaction. It's like, oh, it's really creepy. It's like, I know what you're talking about. Oh, that's crazy. I love it. I love it. I don't know. I personally don't feel that safe to have a robot like look like a person inside my house and then take care of my parents. I'm not futuristic enough, I guess. What do you think? How do you feel about this Ameka? It's kind of intriguing for me, and then I want to hear your opinion about this when you see the video, or maybe some of you are really into robot and you want to tell me what other robots out there that you feel really interested. And another con for this Amica is I think it's really expensive at this point. Of course, it's like almost like the first robot that have this conversation ability and then all this facial expression. It's not 100% there yet, apparently, but imagine one day you have the skin on top and then all the clothes and the hair. It will look exactly like a person, like what some of the sci-fi movies. In today's episode, I'm just talking about the caregiving kind of robot. So I also did some other research and I find this robot that I think kind of trained for caregiving and playing with people is called walkers. So yeah, as you can see, it's the new humanoid robot. You have multimodal emotional interaction, and it also can walk pretty balanced. Looks quite steady. That's pretty good too. And it actually says that it hurts. You react from when the ball kick on the robot, and it have really good balance too. That's interesting. Okay, and you can navigate inside a house. This is not a really new robot. I think it's developed maybe 3-4 years ago. You can open the bottle, do some chores, go upstairs. Oh, it can play chess. It can play game with people. That's really good for older people. Maybe my dad would like to play some chess with the robots. Oh, and they can give massage. This is good. The massage is a good one. Okay, this is a good one actually. Maybe the top so far that I want to buy for my parents. I don't know how expensive it is. Let's see. Okay, this robot is around 100K to 150K. Not at this point. So someone out there, please make some good robot that is affordable in the next 10 years. Thank you very much. So yeah, after looking at all these robots that I think it's pretty neat and I kind of like it, and most of them I like the function from each robot. Not perfect, none of them are perfect, but some of the functions I really like. I'm just trying to think what my parents really actually need when they get to their 80s, 90s. So they definitely need comfort. They definitely need companion. They need chores. I think actually cleaning chores and cooking is the most important. And they probably need someone to talk to. I will be there to talk to. And also, I feel like having a person around is more important. It cannot be just a robot. Either family around or nurses around to still have the human touch is very important. So the robot is more play this role as an extra helper. That's what I think. So if it's extra helper, why don't we make them more cute? Why have to look like really like a human, you know? So because I really like the Japanese robot La Volt, and I have make a lot of video about it. We actually made a video talking about robots in the future as well, but not from the caregiving perspective. That being said, I prefer robots that have cute faces, like look like a Pokemon. Also can give caregiving functions like doing chores and holding people around and safe and steady. I made this AI video and please take a look. I think that's my ideal situation of having a robot. So yeah, my question for you today is, if you have a chance to shop the robot as if you were just shopping some really common, home gear, what would you like your robot to be? And also, if you have the option to get a robot for your parents for caregiving purpose, what kind of function do you think is important? And I think the future of having robot around us is really not far. Maybe one day I'll have the robot as my assistant sit beside me. Interesting conversation with robot. Because right now we already have a lot of conversation with AI, don't we? Let me know if you already have a robot. I want to hear your suggestion. How do you feel about it? I'll keep you updated if I actually happen to buy one in the future. I'll definitely share in this channel. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new updates every week. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.